Hello, everyone. This is Julie Parks from Grand Rapids Community College. I'm very sorry that we're not with you today to go over this. We're part of the presidential search and we're interviewing candidates today. So I wanted to share with you some things that we found as a part of this project. And while I'd like to say we're 100% done and we understand everything we have to do, things that'll be helpful. So first of all, our population in our service area is predominantly white students, white individuals, but we do have a growing Hispanic Latino population and African American, smaller Native American population, really white dominated, but the individuals that we serve at our college are really very diverse and much more diverse than the overall regional population that we see here. And then when we look at our percentage of population living in poverty, we see that people of color lead in that category. They really are individuals who are in the lower socioeconomic parts of our city, and ones really that GRCC should be able to help lift up the most of anyone else. So in our service area, the living wage is in the $65,000 range here. We think this data was really interesting about Native Hawaiian. We think that maybe there were 5 people in that data set for Native Hawaiian, but it really shows you that our Black African American population, especially, and is really lagging behind in the median household income here. And this was really enlightening to our faculty team that looked at this because I think the potential in applied technology programs for income growth and for a better career trajectory, this really could, we could really influence this in our. So we were kind of encouraged by this. So we really saw that the underserved groups, especially related at our college and in this program, were African-American males as a whole for the college. But when we looked at the applied technology programs in particular, we're really only serving white males. Less than 2% of individuals in this program are people of color or women. But the overall outlook in this area has a starting wage for people from our certificate programs at $22 an hour, which is above the living wage in our area for a single person in a family anyway. So it was interesting to look for us at what program students were completing at the college. A lot of transfers they were completing, but our short-term training programs, which aren't even totally reflected in the data because it's not reported nationally, but we were able to use some of the templates from John Fink to put in information on our non-credit data to see what our students were doing. And it really reaffirmed our need for strong pathways for our students and ways in, out, for them to do that. So our program that we focused on was applied technology, like I said, and the areas, we have mechatronics, electrical controls, HVAC, our industrial maintenance, which is basically mechatronics, but some of our employers don't understand the term mechatronics. And our new area is automation and automation certificates that we have. Our non-credit programs in this area, which are 18 weeks or shorter programs, are a little bit more diverse than our programs for our one-year certificate or our associate's degree programs. And we have a lot of apprentices in our credit programs. And those are basically white males in those programs. So this area is a high growth area for our region. It really is an area where employers have great need. There are a lot of job openings and the skill level, the skill needs keep going up in this area. And so how do we take the individuals who are in maybe the lower living wage sections that we looked at with our population, how do we get them into these programs and help them get started on good careers so they can make a good living and change their life? And how do we do that when the graduates of our program, the students currently in our program and our faculty members, we don't really reflect the diverse community that we have. So we have a ways to go on this part. So part of our goals when we started this project were to align our non-credit applied technology trainings to our credit pathways for individuals. And we've started down that. We are able now to articulate a FANUC certification that we do in non-credit into the robotics class that we have. So 4 credits right away from a short-term training program and by completion of the NOCTI test and success on that. We really wanted to examine changes in industry. What are we getting from our employers? What is their feedback to us? How do we take their feedback and make changes quicker and be more responsive? And then how do we set up a system to ensure that we're really looking at the data regularly, that it's a part of our program review, it's a part of our yearly planning in the department, and how can our faculty lead that work? So those were our goals when we were going to do this project. So, and then really our key takeaways, which I don't know why I can't go to the next slide here, but we do have some key takeaways. And those takeaways are, so our key takeaways are we have work to do in outreach and recruitment for this program. We're really taking a look at the 2% of students that were successful and that are diverse, and the students in the non-credit programs, which are more diverse. What can they tell us about why did they come to our programs and how did they learn about our programs? We know our employer partners need to be more engaged in this work, and the HVAC group is all over this already. And really playing a role in almost a monthly basis with us, talking about the curriculum and giving us feedback on our students. We are really going to take a hard look at how to package our program into maybe multiple smaller certificates, really for what the individuals need to go to work and what the employers are asking for, and then build those bridges so people can come back. And then we have to figure out a way to get data about our graduates. We do surveys, they're not very effective. At the MTech, they're allowed to, we have staff that make phone calls and call every student because they're grant supported. You know, they have to do that for the grant. But how can we make that, how can we get that data? How can we get this wage data that we need to ensure that we're on track in doing this? So we're very appreciative of the data and of working with the team. I think it was very enlightening for us. We're going to be presenting this in November to our Dean's Council and then hopefully the Academic Governance Council about what we've done, and maybe we'll get some more departments involved who will want to take a look at this work. So thank you for that opportunity. I'm sorry for the poor recording, but we wanted to get something to you today.